on our culture.
We got to be talking about rap music.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip culture.
Yeah. The culture.
Somebody's trying to call me.
No, you good, OG. Do your thing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, my phone and.
I know we was on the hip hop culture.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to
do
get
your
because I
thing.
can't hear.
No, you good, OG. I'm about to read it. Do your thing. Yeah. Let me. Indigenous heritage, but we gonna get into that. Go ahead, OG. You was on. What the fuck you just say?
Hey, look. So I was going back
There
to
you
my
go.
man that studied the Mississippians.
Right. There you go.
Right. So when you look at it, when they send their scholars in to research us to determine how aware are we of our culture.
Yeah.
Remember, we ain't never supposed to remember that we organic to this land.
Yes, sir.
We supposed to believe the narrative they gave us that we came on ships.
Bullshit.
Right? The only way that the narrative can be exposed is the one of the chiefs on the land gonna read the community.
Like a book.
Right? Like a book. Then you're gonna match it up with what they written shit say. That's so you can have a reference point for what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Right? So when they give our shit back, they write it down as the Indigenous Rights Act. We more than just indigenous, we organic. But we gonna take what they wrote.
Organic. I always use organic.
Right. So when we go to it and you look in the document itself, it say we got a right to do what? Informing our government and restoring our oral traditions and cultures. Did you see that in there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Let's show it to them. Let me see what it says.
I'm about to put it up right now, y'all. We gonna go ahead and flick through here, man. Let's go ahead and flick through here. But you know, it start off with the what we call a preamble, basically affirming, reaffirming, concern. We gonna get into these articles. I got a couple that I, just stamped on. What page 7 at? But okay, here we go. Believe in Article 1. Let's see. Indigenous people have the right to the full enjoyment as a collective or as individuals of all human rights and fundamental freedoms as recognized in the Charter of the United Nations and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and in the International Human Rights Law. Let me find that one, big bro. Fuck it, let's just go. Article 2. Indigenous peoples and individuals are free and equal to all other peoples and individuals and have the right to be free from any kind of discrimination in the exercise of their rights, in particular, that based on their indigenous origin or identity. Hey, you don't mind if I just go through these real quick, big bro?
We good. Just handle your business.
All right, Article 4. Indigenous people in exercising their right to self-determination.
You forgot 3.
Oh, 3. Let's go. Indigenous peoples have the right to Now, real quick, this is very important.
That's the one, right? That's the home run right there.
Okay, let's do it. Let me go. I'm gonna say it and you do your thing. Article 3. Indigenous peoples have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development.
That word self-determination.
Yeah.
Right? That means no political system can override our right to establish our jurisdiction on the land.
Yes, sir.
And we can apply it using any political status we so freely choose.
Mm-hmm.
Right? In order to establish our economics. So now what is our economics? Where in the fuck is Big Mama money?
Straight up.
So I
Straight
went
up.
and found Big Mama. Look, I'm serious. I went and found Big Mama money. Trump went and got the receipt.
Trump got the receipt.
Yeah, it's called. He went to the Philippines and got the gold certificate for the wealth that we had held in abeyance.
Yes, sir. I'll just be
The
taking
next
this shit.
thing is social and cultural development.
Yeah.
Those are together. They intertwine
Yeah.
because the society is going to influence the culture, and the culture is going to express whatever going on in the society.
Yes, sir.
So this is our application of hip hop to the overall society.
Right. Right.
Right? And then what do Article 4 say?
Article 4. Indigenous peoples, in exercising their right to self-determination, have the right to autonomy or self-government in matters relating to their internal and local affairs, as well as ways and means for financing their autonomous functions. Come on, yeah.
It's right there.
It's right there.
That word autonomous. That means you can operate without any assistance
Yes, sir.
in your full 5/5 realized capacity. What Noble Drew Ali say? He said that I'm gonna leave these people in power till y'all learn how to run a government.
Straight up.
What do it say right there? Autonomy or self.
Government. Yes, sir.
Okay, we know how to run a government. They can get the fuck out of here.
Straight up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get them the fuck out of here, cuz. For real.
Come on. What else you want to show them? Let's go.
All right. Let's see. Article 8. Let's go ahead and skip to 8 because I got a couple of them that I just, marked on. But indigenous peoples and individuals have the right not to be subjected to forced assimilation or destruction of their culture. This is just
What is assimilation? They can't force us to participate in the United States corporate government.
period.
All of their written paperwork is the force. It's the adhesion contract. Because we don't know we contracting with them motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
Let's go. Let's see. All right, let's tap in on this one. Article 5. Indigenous people have the right to maintain and strengthen their distinct political, legal, economic, social, and cultural institutions while retaining their right to participate fully, if they so choose, in the political, economic, social, and cultural life of the state, which we ain't fucking with them anyway. All right. All right, so this I marked this one because it say every indigenous individual have the right to a nationality. But as I see it, a nation is nothing but a corporation, bro. And I got that from
That's what
you,
they are.
and I went to
They
go
are.
confirm that. You feel me? Like we don't
But
want.
look, you see that there's no extrapolation to that statement.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
But it's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Because you still have a right to sell yourself into servitude.
Right. There you go. Damn. All right, let's tap in with 7, man. All right. Indigenous individuals have the right to life, physical, and mental integrity, liberty, and security of persons. Indigenous people have the collective right to live in freedom, peace, and security as distinct peoples and shall not be subjected to any act of genocide or any other act of violence, including forcibly removing children of the group to another group.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
want you to get to the part where they saying we got the right to
Our land and shit. I
all
think I'm
native
getting there.
land.
All right, let's see. Hold on. Indigenous people have the right to manifest practice. All right, let I think this it right here. Let me flip this real quick. This 11 because we getting there. Let's see. Any indigenous community in accordance with traditions shall not be forcibly removed from their lands. No, we just read that one. All right, let's start right here. Article 11. Indigenous people have the right to practice and revitalize their cultural traditions and customs. This includes the right to maintain, protect, and develop the past, present, and future manifestations of their cultures. such as archaeological and historical sites, artifacts, designs, ceremonies, technologies, and visual and performing arts and literature.
Now, what that means is all of our shit that they got in the museums,
Yes, sir.
we seize that back with that article right there.
Come on.
Right? All of our historical records that they got in their universities, we seize it back with that right there.
Yes, sir.
All of the books and the scrolls they've been keeping secret from us,
Straight
that
up.
article right there give us control of that back.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get to the tribal lands part.
All right, bet. Let me squeeze through here. Let me see. State shall handle redress. All right, this talk about redress. Let me see. Teach their spiritual religions and traditions. Indigenous people have the right to establish and control their educational systems. Have the right to redress by means of. All right, here go one right here with lands. I'm gonna find another one after I read this one. Indigenous peoples have the right to redress by means that can include restitution, or when this is not possible, just fair and equitable compensation for the lands, territories, and resources which they have traditionally owned or otherwise occupied or used, or which have been confiscated, taken, occupied, used, or damaged without their free prior and informed consent.
That's why they violated all of the treaties, because that right there give us control back of all of the land and to make and give us a compensation. That's called reparations right there.
Come
that's
on.
Why Biden said,
hold on.
That's why Biden said.
Come on.
That's why Biden said that we can't. The blacks can't get reparations unless the Native Americans get it too.
Come on.
That's
bro.
it right there.
That's it right there. Ain't that a beauty?
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to tell you in another one that we got the right to take control of all tribal land.
I'm about to find it right now. Indigenous people have the right to determine and develop priorities. Right to their traditional medicines to maintain their health, plants, medicinal, equal rights. And
that's why that one right there is why they take making marijuana legal, because that's our shit.
Straight the fuck up.
We call it the herb.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, here. I got you. Indigenous, let's start at 25. Indigenous people have the right to maintain, strengthen their distinctive spiritual relationship with their traditionally owned or otherwise occupied and used lands, territories, waters, and coastal seas, and other resources, and to uphold their responsibilities to future generations in this regard.
That right there gives us back control of all of the land.
Here we go, too. Indigenous people have the right to the lands, territories, and resources which they have traditionally owned, occupied, or otherwise used or acquired.
That goes for all of the mineral resources that they've been mining over here that they weren't allowed to trade. They was only allowed to borrow against it.
Dang, that makes sense, bro.
Now we got a right to seize all of those resources because they just been there. Texas got just as much or more oil than the Middle East. Just Texas. Sir. We ain't even talking about Arizona and Mexico.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is giving us the wealth, the mineral resource wealth in compensation and like kind. In other words, they got to give it all back.
Exactly.
This is them giving it all back.
Come on.
It's all qualified and quantified right here.
Straight up. Let me read number 2 real quick for you. Indigenous people have the right to own, use, develop, and control the lands, territories, and resources that they possess by reason of traditional ownership or other traditional occupation or use, as well as those which they have otherwise acquired. That's all it right there, OG.
Yep, giving you back your land.
All based on self-determination and self-identification.
Yep. That means knowing you from the land, and the only way they're going to know is when we exercise our oral tradition of informing in the public domain across the land who the chiefs are, what their jobs are.
Yes, sir.
And to verify other chiefs come through like you doing now,
yes,
to
sir.
verify they gave the shit back Niggas, stop fighting about who. Stop fighting. The fight is over.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight up. Straight up. You want to go through more? Or you want you good? You know what I'm saying? Shit.
I got a little. I got a little longer. We go. We can do a couple more.
That's a bet. So look, I'm a read one more from the. So the thing that let me flip real quick. The thing that I see that the United States do. So we got right here. They got two of them out. Okay, the one you. But this one right here is the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, and then we got the American Declarations on the Right of Indigenous People.
And that one right there is directly us.
Right, exactly. So I'm gonna go through a couple of this one. You got a little bit more time, man. I appreciate you getting me on here and connecting, man. You know, and reaching out and doing what you do, bro. So.
Oh, I appreciate you cross-referencing to make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about before I tell my people this shit I'm telling them.
Hey, look, witness right here. Witness. He is not gonna tell you some shit that he ain't went research or been through himself. Why do I know that? I'm not on here pumping. We ain't got time to be gassing motherfuckers up. The truth is the truth, bro. Period. And when he dropped the science and the receipts, I go and verify them. Everything that I pulled up to verify on Rod Hayes has been verified, bro. You feel me? And that's coming from I'm a righteous judge, bro. I'm a righteous counsel, bro. I'm only here for righteousness. Like you say, if a nigga got to get his shit ripped from appetite to asshole, get him up out of here. You feel me? We ain't got time for that shit at Big Mama house. So I ain't coming here to pick favorites, motherfucker. They gonna etch theyself out. They gonna hang theyself. You feel me? But let's go through this one real quick, man. This one actually got a preamble. It includes all the American states, including United States and Canada. Here, because this one of the main things. All right. Article 1, Indigenous People Scope of Application. The American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People applies to the indigenous people of the Americas. 2, self-identification as indigenous people will be a fundamental criterion for determining to whom this declaration applies. States shall respect the right to such self-identification as indigenous, whether individually or collectively, in keeping with the practices and institutions of each indigenous people. So tap in on that. That's self-identification. It's a fundamental criteria. You feel me?
Right. And they can cross-reference what you're saying. They know the difference in $5 Indians and us.
Straight up, bro.
It's on us to assert who we are. We organic to the motherfucking land. Period. Having first right to the earth rights. Right?
Yes, sir.
I done went and got all of the earth right keys and been giving them back to the sisters. Ain't none of the other chiefs doing it.
Straight up. Straight up.
Right?
Yeah.
Why? Because that's my job. That ain't none of the other chiefs' job.
Right.
You can't get mad at them for doing the part that they supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
As long as they doing their part.
Yes, sir.
So we just gotta recognize them when they come in the midst of us with the bullshit, because that's how you know who they are. They throw full-fledged tantrums when you trying to make a righteous move.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? They want to fight, they want to kill a motherfucker and all kind of shit, and you ain't saying nothing wrong. All you telling the motherfuckers, this is how we get our shit.
Period. And this
right?
Go ahead, OG. No, go ahead.
So from here, the only thing we have to do is prove that America failed. I already proved that we sunk Pelosi's motherfucking battleship.
Out cold.
I told you who did it, by what jurisdiction, and by what method of operation we used in order for him to do it.
Yes, sir.
Because we had to establish the law of the land and over the admiralty jurisdiction of a de facto corporation. Right? So I showed that. Now, the next thing we had to do is look at continuity of government. Because when you understand continuity of government, you will understand why you ain't seeing a whole lot of activity going on around your borders. Because we in a transitional phase of government.
Man, yeah, go ahead, bro. That's the truth. That shit true.
So they in the process of giving the chiefs back the shit We just trying to wake up the people at the grassroots, those old Mississippian, them country boys. We trying to wake up Big Mama daughters.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? The Oye, the Yemiya, the Oshun. Hey, this a rap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, that's a public declaration, as you said, man. Especially when you spoke about you know, we used to go into the town hall and read off who was born and who did what, man. That's real shit, bro. It all resonates with the soul.
That's how we used to do it.
Yeah.
And then some of us vaguely remember it. When you mention it, they be like, yeah, I kind of like remember that shit.
I guess then there a blurry movie playing and the nigga shit. Let me show you this real quick, because I like to let me verify some of the shit you talk about in person, man, right here on the phone, so we can understand who with us and who against us for real. So I always